Hey, what's up everybody, it's William back, and I'm going to be doing a NASCAR toy review here. Not a diecast review, but a toy review. Thought I'd do something a little bit different since we've got an off weekend in NASCAR. Let's do something to change it up a bit. Still NASCAR, of course, but a toy review here. I'm just going to call this the Jimmie Johnson Hauler playset, because I really have no other name for it. It's been so long since I've gotten this, I don't even remember the actual name of it. So that's what I'm going to call it in the title of the video. That's what I'm going to call it in this video. So like I said, don't even know what the real name of it is. I do remember though that I believe these toys were made from like 2008 through the 2009 NASCAR season. And they were sold like at Target, Walmart. You could buy them pretty much anywhere. And they were made by Play Along, if I remember correctly, from the research I did before this review. And that was the division of Jakks Pacific. They don't even make these toys anymore, which is kind of unfortunate because they were a lot of fun to play with as a kid. I mean, I guess I really am a kid. I'm only 16 years old now, but as like a 8 or 9 year old, and as I was a NASCAR fan then too, and so now you had toys to play with as a kid and a NASCAR fan. It was lots of fun to be able to do that. So coming back and reviewing this now, it's like, man, you wish these were still made, because even now as a bit older, they're still really cool display pieces. Just looking at it right here, it's a cool looking hauler, a car, toolbox, fuel cans. I mean, it still looks really cool. But let's get into the review here. So first off, we'll start, I guess, with these little fuel cans here in their little carrier. They're just like molded red fuel cans, plastic fuel cans here, and they go in this little carrier that you'd see a crew member pulling around on pit road. The wheels on it do roll, and the little handle here moves. Yeah, just molded red plastic fuel cans, as my camera does not want to focus. There we go. And here's the little carrier. Pretty simple. And here's again the cans, and you could just pull the car in here. The whole point is pull the car in for a pit stop, or in the garage area, you can just pretend to fuel it up. And you'd have two, of course, because you usually would use a whole can, and then you'd fill it up a bit more with the second can. And then what you could do once you're done with that is you can pull in the little tool chest here, and it's just all molded blue here with some molded in detail with like TV monitors and drawers and cabinets. It's actually molded detail all the way around, which is kind of nice that they did all this detail put into it. And then on the top we've got a Lowe's logo, and then it actually opens up on the top, and there's nothing in there. But then you can take your little fuel can carrier here and place that in there, and then you've even got enough room to put both of the fuel cans in there as well as the fuel can carrier. So then you've got it all in your toolbox, and you can just roll this thing away because it is actually on 4 wheels, as you can see there. And yes, I just got it right there. 2008 PA, that's 2008 Play Along, because this play set is from 2008. The paint scheme on the Jimmie Johnson cars from 2008. I believe actually that the design on the hauler here is actually the actual design that they used for Jimmie Johnson's hauler in 2008. So that's pretty cool. But bringing the car in here, this isn't the main point of the whole set, but it's still, of course, if you got the hauler, you gotta have a car to go in it. So we've got Jimmie Johnson's car from 2008 here, of course, Lowe's on the hood. Just your standard Lowe's paint scheme from 2008 with very simplified, as you can tell. There's not as many contingency sponsors, not even Cobalt Tools, just pretty much Lowe's is the only sponsor on this car with, of course, the Cup Series logo. And you can see these are very, what you would say, clunky. You know, they're made for like little hands to play with, little kids to play with for toys. So very, I'm not even sure, I can't even think of what the word would be, but just not normal looking, I guess you could say. Just, again, it's supposed to be a fun toy for kids to play with. And I have to say, they still look cool. They don't look like a normal Cup car would. It doesn't look like Jimmie Johnson's Cup car did from 2008. It looks much more modified, I guess would maybe be the word. But still very cool, and just 48 logos and Lowe's. And it is a pullback, so I'm going to pull it back across the screen here. You're going to see it zoom across. And you can see it's actually pretty fast. So that's that. And then the main feature of the hauler playset is, of course, the hauler. And you can see here it is, just very basic design on it, the 2008 hauler design for Jimmie Johnson. You can see there's just the Lowe's, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series logo, the Hendrick Motorsports, Jimmie Johnson signature here up on the cab. And you got another Lowe's logo here on the cab, Sprint Cup Series logo, Hendrick Motorsports. So there's the front of the semi-truck, and I'll actually bring the camera up here so you can see it a bit better. The truck does detach from the trailer, you see there. So you can just roll this around by itself, and of course the truck and trailer do roll on the wheels. See there's Hendrick Motorsports on the top of the cab, and then this side is the same as the other. You see very clunky wheels as well, just as the car was. So very it actually kind of almost looks like a monster truck with how big the wheels are. Just very clunky, made for small hands to play with, smaller hands I should say to play with, since little kids are gonna be handling these things. They just want to play with them, have fun. Just a little slight bit of molded detail there, and then a little bit here on the underside if you wanted to see that. So that's the semi-truck part of the truck and trailer, and here is the trailer itself. Again, just the Lowe's logo there with the big blue and yellow swoosh. On the front of the trailer here we have Lowe's Let's Build Something Together. And then you come around to this side, it's the same design as on the right side, and then on the top we've got another big Lowe's logo. On the back where the ramp is, we've got 48 Jimmie Johnson, Lowe's Let's Build Something Together, and his signature, as well as Hendrick Motorsports right up here. And a few other little molded details. It's probably supposed to be some sort of, what's the word? Just like brake lights. You can see here's a little spot where they maybe mold in a license plate. So, pretty cool. They did that, and in case you want to see, there's the underside of the trailer. Nothing too special about it there. But the main feature of this is the fact that this actually opens up. So what I'll do here is I'll put that back on the semi-truck, and you do that by first opening up the back, and in case you want to see, they actually put stickers on the inside of the cab, on the inside of the trailer, which I have to give them props for, because this is pretty cool. This looks like what an actual inside of a trailer would look like. So you can see they did it on both sides. And you can see there's even some on the ceiling, but that's going to be more so for when you open it up. So that's pretty cool that they did that. And of course the car does fit into the trailer, because what would a trailer be that a car can't fit inside of? So my hand's in the way there, but you can see you can load the car in, and there it goes to the back. But I'll just go ahead and open it up, and all you do to do that is you just lift, and it just opens up like so. And there you can see you've got a big Jimmie Johnson 48 banner, which is very cool. Just a bunch of other little sticker details with the stickers. This is always one of my pet peeves though, is that it would always want to close on itself. It wouldn't really lock up here. You kind of have to hold it. So it's kind of a little annoying as a kid, but we know what can you do. So there's some more cool, it's kind of cool, it's like little hidden details, like you've got a Chase for the Sprint Cup trophy here, an old Winston Cup Championship trophy here, some cool little hidden details that I think, like, if you're, just like a casual fan, you may not know that, but, if you're a fan like I am, you know quite a bit about the sport, and you see it, it's like, well, that's kind of cool that they added that, and they included those details. So you can see here, just giving you just kind of overall view. You can see there's another Chase for the Sprint Cup trophy there. And what's kind of cool, too, is that at this time in 2008, Jimmie Johnson was a two-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion. So it's almost like you've got his 2 championship trophies right here. So that's what I always thought was cool, is that it's like, well, here's, up to that point, he only had 2 championships. So they're kind of just showcasing that and showing that off, which is pretty cool. So here's just like a little desk area with like TV monitors analyzing data there. See, there's a calendar with Jimmie Johnson on it and the 48. That I always thought was pretty cool. It's like an air compressor here, another TV monitor with a track on it, toolbox, another desk area with a lamp. You see there's some outlets down there to plug computers and such into. And there's another little tool chest area. Some nice detail here. Just with sticker, this is just one big sticker going across the back, so that's kind of cool. So now, there actually is decals up underneath there, which you really can't ever see unless you have it closed and you look inside, and usually it's dark. So to show that off, I'm actually just going to pop this off. This hinge really just pops right out. It's plastic, so you can just pop it right out. It won't break it. So, and it doesn't break on mine. I'm not gonna recommend that you should. It shouldn't break on yours, but I'm not gonna suggest that you should. So there you can see there's Jimmie Johnson again on a calendar, and another like Winston Cup Championship trophy, which these have to be for Hendrick Motorsports, because Jimmie Johnson never won a Winston Cup Championship. You see there's a tool bench, another desk area with the lamp, little tool right there, more outlets, more cabinets. Just very cool detail that they did this. You know, this is a kid's toy. You wouldn't think that they put all this detail into a kid's toy, but they did, so it's really cool that they did. And then to reattach it, I usually just like place it as if it were closed, and then press down on the hinges here, and just pops it right back into place. No problem. But, yeah, that's going to be about it for this review. That's really all this thing has to do with. Again, just made for kids to have fun with, play with, have a good time, which, when I was little, and I was playing with this, again, little being, like, only 8 years ago, I'm not that old, but, still, you know, when you're a younger, and you're a NASCAR fan like I was, I still am, but when you're a young NASCAR fan like I was, and you have toys like this to play with, and you get to watch, and you get to play, it just makes for a really cool, just being able to go to the store, buy a NASCAR toy. So, unfortunately, they don't make anything like this anymore, really. They just have, like, the Lionel diecast in store. You could probably find this on eBay or Amazon, I'm assuming, but even then, it might still be hard to find. I'm not sure. So I may do more diecast reviews like this in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for watching. Listen to me blabber on and on. I'd like to thank you and ask you to comment, rate, subscribe. Till the next video, I will see you all later.